Hi, this is Sean Chiplock. I played Guido Mista from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Golden Wind, Subaru Natsuki from ReZero and Isekai Quartet, and Eyelashes from One Punch Man. And I'm an anime maverick.
From the land of crazy hairstyles and overly ridiculous weapons, it's time for the Anime Mavericks podcast. And now, here they are, your Anime Mavericks.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Anime Mavericks podcast, the official anime podcast of RVT. We want to thank you guys once again for joining us here this week on The Shades.
I'm Yummy Angie.
And I'm Kid Crypto.
And we are your Anime Mavericks, and we're here to bring you all the anime news, reviews, and interviews that you crave. As we enter the second week of our final month here at the Anime Mavericks. And, oh boy, what a week it has been. But let's go down the line. How we doing, Angie?
I have a vacation next week, so I'm
What
good.
about-
I'm free. I love this.
Yeah, always good to get some time off, get away and relax for a little bit, right?
Yep.
All right, then. How about you, Kier? How you doing?
Well, after jumping down, after somebody tried to push me down a goddamn rabbit hole that is the Fate franchise, nothing much.
Oh, God. Yeah, there's a rabbit hole for you, Jesus.
I was able to climb back out of the hole with my dignity intact.
Wait, you had dignity?
Shut up.
Let's be honest, you set me up for that. Oh, son of a bitch. So, as for myself, yeah, it has been a crazy as fuck couple of weeks. As many of you know, I've obviously recently announced that I'm doing the manga dub for Lab 316. The first 4 dubs have been released. I've done 3 of them for the channel Sakaido Fushigi, and I've done a dub for Ability Number X, which I always encourage that you guys check out. It is freaking crazy. If you go to my YouTube channel, I have a playlist of all the dubs that I am personally voicing in. So if you want to know, if you're trying to find what episode Shades is in, which episode Shades is in, I've got them all listed on my playlist. Go check them out and enjoy. But I would also encourage check out the other VAs too, because, oh my God. Okay. So I've had the chance to talk with a lot of the other voice actors from the group at Lab 316. Of course, Erin Nicole Lundquist. I've talked with Angela Toledo, Ribs VA, Ryan Negron, Paul Hikari. I've even I haven't had a direct one-on-one chat or had a chance to actually voice chat with her, but I've actually talked and gotten to hang out with Trita Duhar in her streams because Shaka caught my attention. Trita's one of me. She's a VTuber. She actually just re-debuted a new model just yesterday, as a matter of fact. And I have been tweeting out when she's been going live, so if you guys want to check her out, she is a lot of fun to watch. Absolutely go check her out. But everyone I've talked with, the point I'm getting at, everyone I've talked with, they have welcomed me with open arms like I am a member of their fucking family. Holy crap, I have never felt so welcomed in my life. And that's saying a lot considering how welcome I've always been here. And I still am. And I'm not going to suddenly just abandon ship and suddenly just not talk to anybody here anymore. Fuck that noise. But the feeling of welcome I got from joining the group of them in a Discord server was just unreal to me. So, absolutely, guys, make sure you show some love to all these voice actors. They all have incredible works under their belts. They've done work for, beyond just doing the manga dubs, a lot of them have done work for other animations, plenty of indie video games out there. You've probably heard their voice and didn't even realize it. Erin especially has done work for some pretty top-tier indie video games. So you probably have heard her voice somewhere and didn't even realize it was her. She's just that fucking good. And they are absolute sweethearts. They are absolute sweethearts. They're fun. I'll tell you this, Ryan Negron is a fucking goof, and I love it. He is a fucking goof. Like, he always sounds so serious in the mangas. He's not that serious in real life, I assure you. But before we get into today's episode, today it's going to be Angie's pick. She is picking her final pick for tonight, and we're going back to something we've covered in the past, but it is not what we originally covered before. It's something different, so I think you guys will be interested in that. That being said, there is one bit of news that I kind of have to talk about, whether I want to or not, because honestly speaking, it is the elephant in the room. When we call it the elephant in the room, because it's big and it's hard to ignore. Because there has been an update to a saga that I have not talked about in quite a long time. A couple of years, as a matter of fact, it's been since we've talked about this, but it has decided to rear its ugly head once again. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, in the words of Stephen A. Smith, hey, how about that Vic Mignogna, huh?
Oh God, here we go again. Somebody
Yeah.
tossed me to Rom.
I think I felt when I realized we were going to talk about this again. Fuck's sake. But yes, we have an update on the ever so popular and so beloved case of Vic Mignogna. So, last we left off this story a couple years ago, he had his trial, his lawsuit in Texas about July of 2019. It was a big fucking deal. Everyone was talking about it. You just couldn't get away from it. However, the end result was that his lawyer was such a fucking moron that the case got dismissed with prejudice, meaning he couldn't sue them again. At least not for this particular incident. But, like any good trial, you're gonna go and appeal. You're gonna file an appeal so you can try to get the courts to reverse the decision and try to get something a little more in your favor. Boy, did that backfire on this son of a bitch! So let me pull this up over here on this screen here. So on Thursday, courtesy of Anime News Network, on Thursday, the Texas Second Court of Appeals upheld the Tarrant County District Court's November 2019 judgment against voice actor Vic Mignogna in his defamation lawsuit against Funimation, voice actors Jamie Marchi and Monica Rial, as well as Monica's fiance Ron Toy. The court, however, also determined that the attorney's fees amount initially awarded to Rial and Toy were less than what was supported by factual sufficient evidence. Oh yes. It's a case of, but wait, it gets worse. Therefore, the appeals court ordered the Tarrant County District Court to redetermine the awards that Mignogna must pay to Rial and Toy for their attorney's fees. Otherwise, the appeals court rejected all points of Mignogna's appeal and affirmed the original ruling of the trial court. The appeals court also ordered Mignogna to pay all costs of this appeal. So let's break that down. Now, the Tarrant County District Court originally awarded Rial and Toy with a $100,000 in attorney's fees. Rial and Toy contended the amount was much less than the amount of $282,953.80 in attorney's fees that they requested and provided evidence for. In examining the evidence, the Texas Second Court of Appeals majority opinion stated that the trial court failed to factor in all of the testimony addressing expertise and experience, as well as the distinction between a large firm's billing rate and a small firm's billing rate. The latter referring to the attorney's fees awarded by the trial court to Jamie Marchi, who had the lowest attorney's fees amongst the defendants. Over the course of his career, controversial voice actor Vic Mignogna has received multiple allegations of sexual harassment from both colleagues and fans/convention attendees, which came to a head in 2019 when Funimation ceased its working relationship with him. Mignogna then sued Funimation and voice actor colleagues Marchi and Rial, as well as Monica's fiance Toy, for defamation. The court later dismissed these lawsuits. The judge ruled that Mignogna must pay $223,042.42 in attorney's fees to the defendants. The judge also ordered him to pay $15,000 in sanctions for a total of $238,042.42. Additionally, the judgment listed $287,500 in contingent fees that Mignogna must have to pay if he chose to appeal. So basically, in his attempts to appeal this case, not only has that appeal been thrown out, now he's going to have to pay for that appeal fee, but he found the appeals court decided Monica and Ron's attorney's fees aren't as high as they're supposed to be to cover the expense. Go ahead and refix that. fucker's gonna have to pay even more.
He going broke.
Yeah, needless to say, the Vic defenders have not been very happy about this decision. Now, at this point, there is nothing left. There is literally nothing else Vic can do. If the appeal is completely thrown out, there is no way for him to continue this case any further. He is done. And since it was dismissed with prejudice and that prejudice has been upheld, that means he cannot turn around and just sue them again. He has unequivocally lost this lawsuit. I don't care what side you are on. I don't care if you defend Vic, if you think he's innocent, if you don't think he did anything. That doesn't matter. In terms of whether or not he was considered defamed, that question has been answered. No, he was not defamed. He now has to pay for claiming as such. Period.
You thought his career was going down the toilet before. Oh boy, it went through the toilet into the sewer, and now it's out to sea doing squat.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Just keeps digging himself a bigger and bigger hole.
Yeah. This is why we have the
Hey,
term
Chase.
dig up, stupid!
I was gonna say, doesn't Mildred have something like that?
Way ahead of you on that one, Kerr. But yeah, again, you can debate till the cows come home whether or not he actually committed any of the sexual harassment that they claim. That was not what this trial was about. I want to make that explicitly clear to anyone right now. It does not matter if he did the things that they say he did. This trial was simply to determine if their comments, if the things that the actions taken by Funimation, Jamie, Monica, and Ron, A, were defaming to him, and B, most importantly, were interfering with his ability to make a living. Now, you had to prove the first in order for the second to be provable. They couldn't even get past the first hurdle. And now there is no way for him to do so again. It is done. So, you can bitch all you want. It doesn't matter.
In the words of Gene Wilder from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, it's all here, black and white, clear as day. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Kira, that is probably the best use of a reference like that I have ever heard. I am thank you for that. You did that beautifully. But I absolutely 100% agree. That is that is exactly what we're saying right now. So, time to move on. I have a soapbox in mind as a final closure to this situation. I want to close the book on this and say, unless something super big happens, as in most likely someone finally takes his ass to court for the harassment, I think it's safe to say that this is done. There is nothing more you can do. The only thing left is the people on Twitter who just don't know when to shut the fuck up. And I mean that on both sides, too, to be honest. All right? Move the fuck on. Slick Rick, thank you for the tier 1 sub. 36 months total. Yes, I absolutely agree. And with this, let us move on from the stupid. Please, can we? I agree wholeheartedly. But I had to bring this up because, again, elephant in the room. I've brought this up before, so I had to at least say something about it. And besides, we've got time to kill. I mean, we're not doing the anime news of the week anymore, except for this. You know, we're going to shoot the breeze for a little bit. We're only doing one episode tonight, I believe. So we've got a little extra time.
It's a little longer, but yeah.
Yeah, we got a little extra time to kill. So, because, you know, this has been a crazy week for a lot of us, and a lot of big wins for a lot of people, and myself most especially. Like, again, fuck Christ, I'm still trying to process the fact that now I can 100% unequivocally say I am a voice actor. That just, I never thought I'd be able to say that about myself. I thought I'd always just be, at best, a YouTuber who's done a little bit of voice acting. No, I am a paid, official voice actor. What the fuck? I've been like this all week, folks. Trust me. I've been like this. You can ask anybody else I've been in a call with this week. They'll tell you I've been like this all fucking week. I still can't process that this actually fucking happened.
You keep pinching yourself, thinking it's a dream, aren't you, Jade?
Oh, you absolutely. I've got pinch marks all down my arm right now. It's fucking crazy. You just see all these different red spots all down my arm because I just can't stop. I'm like, this can't be. No, this has to be a dream. This can't be real. This shit. I'm the guy who always loses. I'm the guy who always misses his shot. I shouldn't be here. See, Rick knows. Yeah, Rick, you know. I was like that last night. I was like that the other night during the Critical Role call we do. Yeah, for those who don't know,
yeah.
we do a call every Thursday to watch Critical Role together because I've become a critter. Fuck.
It's Thursday night, and you know what that means.
Wrong reference. Wrong reference, sir. No, it's a case of.
I know.
All you had to do is go, is it Thursday yet?
Hey, it's someone fits.
True. I'm just saying, if you're going to do the reference, don't use the AEW reference. You use the Critical Role reference. Is it Thursday yet? But yeah. Oh, my God. So, it's been a hell of a week. So, with that said, let us get to it. Now, of course, it is Angie's pick this week. And as I have made very clear over these last many of years, Angie is the old school fan. She has always been a fan of the classics. And tonight, for her final pick, she is making no exception to that rule. We're going back to an old school series that, to some extent, still continues on to this very day. And no, it's not The Thief. Though, this involves a thief.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it crossed over with him in a movie.
Yeah, there is that too.
I just mentioned before that there's 2 crossovers.
But yes, tonight we are going to be shrinking down to a younger size and solving some mysteries because yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are taking a look at Detective Conan. Now, full disclosure, we have done an episode of Detective Conan on this show in the past. In fact, I still had this logo was the logo I used back then. I just happen to have it. I have kept pretty much every logo from every episode of Mavericks we ever did. It's fucking crazy. Like, I just have this whole folder just full of anime logos that we've done over the years. It's nuts. But we are not doing episode 1, and I almost just accidentally played the video, but thankfully I didn't. Stop it. I hate Crunchyroll's players.
Stupid
Crunchyroll. But we are not doing episode 1, because we've already done episode 1. No sense going back to something we've already done. Instead, Angie has offered to pick something a little later on down the road. We are doing I'm assuming, if my memory serves correctly, this is the first appearance of a certain character in this that has since become a bit of a breakout.
Yes.
Okay, good. Then my knowledge of anime has not failed me yet. And yes, JMC, yes. For those of you who only know it by its American name, Case Closed, which, don't know why they needed to change it, but you know what? If you're going to change the name, at least make it something decent, and Case Closed was a decent name for it. I'm not going to complain.
Mm-hmm. I think it has to do with Conan the Barbarian in trademarks.
That, you know what? That makes sense.
Or Conan O'Brien.
No, he has to pay money to the Conan, the Barbarian people, I think, reportedly.
Yeah, Kara, you realize Conan O'Brien wasn't even a thing when Detective Conan came out? I don't even think he was born yet, or at the very least, he was a little bitty baby. I don't think they were worried about trademarks at that point. I think it's safer to assume it was based on Conan the Barbarian.
Okay.
Of course, I kind of need Natty in here. Detective Conan, what is best in life? To arrest their enemies, see them driven before the judge, and hear the lamentations of the fangirls. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be here all week. But instead, and yes, Slick Rick, we're talking about the kid. Slick Rick knows exactly what episode we're doing today. Or at the very least, has an idea of what story, what we're involving with this story. So, yeah. We are going to be doing the introduction of a certain magician thief. If you know your Detective Conan, you know exactly who the fuck I'm talking about. If you don't,
I do.
I know all three of us here know who the fuck we're talking about. I'm gonna have to talk about the chat. Remember, Kier, you're not in the chat anymore. You're one of us.
I am.
But yeah, let's. And before I forget, because I'm now that I'm like doing it this way, I always keep forgetting to post the link. Bada boom. There's your spoilers.
FYI, this is subbed or dubbed?
Subbed. They don't have the dub up on there, and I looked around too.
Did they even dub this episode? Did they even get
Yes,
this?
yeah, this was on the DVDs. So yeah, so Jerry Jewell got paid extra or double.
Gotta love that. Oh, Slick Rick. I see you too are a man of culture. You made me do the joke, Rick. You have no one to blame but yourself.
Apologies for the background noise. My parents are throwing a party downstairs.
Literally the first time I heard anything behind you was when you were describing what was going on behind you. It had been perfectly quiet up until that point.
I had a block party last week.
Woot woot. I'm all alone. Well, not fully, but you get my point.
And the best part of it seems like they just had a party that I realized it was last year that they would have had the block party, and I'm just going crazy.
Crazy. We've always said you don't have to be crazy to work here, but goddamn it, does it help. Anyway, I think everybody's ready to go, so let's go ahead and get this party started, ladies and gentlemen. Detective Conan, episode 76. Conan versus Kaito Kid. In 3, 2, 1, play.
The voice of Conan sounds oddly familiar.
She's the voice. She's from Two Mix.
Darn it! I was going to do the joke. Thanks a lot. Thanks for ruining it, Ann.
Sorry. Also a Gundam Wing fan, so I know this.
Carrie, you probably would have been smart to let her know you were going to do that joke ahead of time so that she would have caught on. Or either that or make it so obvious that you were leading to something.
Sorry.
I got the backup joke. I got the backup joke instead. Oh, hey, look, it's kind of Dave from Simple Gear.
And there's your magical crowd for the day.
Hey,
We're
not
not
wrong,
pay
though.
attention if she's been anything else.
I'm not wrong, though, Shade. Remember?
You may not be wrong, but I'm still taking your card. And this is where the sponsorship thing would be.
Yep.
Oh, we're still at the point where we have to be reminded every episode about how he became a kid again.
It's also one of the specials. Oh, they also do it every movie too.
Well, the movies, it
Someone
makes
needs to do a
sense. Ah, yes, a case that to this day has still never been solved.
Right?
Yeah,
I
we're
thought
getting
Pokemon,
closer, I think.
Jason, I thought Pokemon's anime was derivative.
Just keep padding it with more characters.
Yeah, I've watched so many episodes of Lupin lately with part 6 coming out that now I'm like, this feels like a Lupin plot.
Yeah, they kind of sort of are.
Like, I half expect Zenigata to be walking around any second now and just be like, I'm gonna find that Lupin. You are way too excited about this, girl.
Yep.
Oh, this girl's got an imagination on her, doesn't she?
Yep.
He looks familiar.
Mhm.
Why you gonna break her heart like that, man? Ah, former secret agent. Oh, ouch. Now
Oh,
you've got
that
his
pinged him.
attention.
I was like, "Ooh, I want to see."
Yeah, they're
You think by now it'd be like, oh, something else besides a murder.
right? Because that's all he seems to solve. And you're supposed to be a detective.
Mm, is-
Always a story behind these things. Like it be that obvious.
er,
Actually, that's not a half-baked theory.
yeah, it's not a bad assumption. Yeah, their guess is as good as yours.
Yeah, you really got no room to talk there, Cun. Let's see if his theory holds any weight. Besides, you think the police will believe this little kid after all the times he's got their ass beat?
Yeah.
I mean, we're only 76 episodes in, but he's already whooped them hard on several cases by now. And they don't even know it. And old school Nintendo fans might recognize that term, BS. They like that sound effect, don't they?
Yes.
It's like Texas Chainsaw Massacre in a flashbulb thing.
Well, you say that, but
That's a later episode.
P96, thank you for the tier 1 sub. A modern Lupin. I think Lupin the Third will have something to say about that.
Yeah. Where'd you get your cape from? Tuxedo Mask?
Well, as I said, modern Lupin. He's a palette slap Lupin cosplayer. Unlike other bad Phantom thieves out there. I guess they just spliced
Yeah,
two of them together. Oh, no, there it goes.
That wasn't fireworks. That was a signal flare. Oh, you thought you could outsmart him, Conan, but you've been,
Oop, it's a pre-show.
flashbang!
Oop, he's gone.
Disappeared in a flash. Quite literally.
They have their own cruise ship.
He didn't charge us for his department, Chief Wiggum.
uh,
There's a rich family involved.
yeah, when the rich and powerful decide they want to go on a boat, guess what? They're going on the fucking boat.
Yep. Yeah, you gotta work around the rich people.
I mean, our older detective might be right, and they should cancel it, but they have to risk their police budget getting severely slashed if they try to pull that stunt. Ah,
It's a needle in a haystack.
to be fair, it is a clever trick.
Right.
And now the game is afoot.
If we could stop hiding that.
So he's basically our Zenigata, just not as dumb.
Yep. At least here results vary, but yeah.
I said not as dumb. I didn't say he was completely
Yeah.
intelligent, but he's not as dumb.
Oh yeah, I forgot there are people from past cases.
Yeah, that's a good series when it calls back. Well, she's definitely not Roanoke Zorro, that's for sure. They're hinting at the dark skin, the tan guy.
Is it a little bit late for that?
Nah, I get the logic behind it. It forces him to stay in one disguise, since if he tries to change, they'll catch on.
Tanuka's mom does not mess around.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was a state. Time for him to start putting pieces together.
Mm.
Let's see if his gotcha moment holds up. You know, how many times does he say stuff like that without people catching on that maybe there's more to this kid than they know?
Yeah, Odin kinda puts his hand a little bit more in the kid episode, seems.
Mhm.
He gets into it.
The kid was on a tall tower surrounded by police and helicopters, and he still got away. You think this is gonna
Yeah.
stop him? Of course she wouldn't let it out of her hands.
Oh, where's everyone going? It's a you're still in the cruise ship.
Gotta get those insert songs in there somewhere.
Thing is, the Funimation DVDs don't have as many bumpers, if I remember.
And now we're getting a recap. Are we sure this isn't 2 episodes mashed into one?
I think pretty sure it's a special, but then it got like split up. It's one of those weird things.
As long as we don't have to watch the opening again.
And it's also weird because I'm pretty sure we're like 2/3 of the way done.
Yeah,
The
I just double
episode break
checked.
would have been when kids showed up on the rooftop.
Yeah.
Must have had to give everyone a really long bathroom break in Japan.
Because it's so fucking obvious.
Where did he find a normal soccer ball?
That's a good question.
Because inflatable ones tend to explode.
I had a feeling. Lure him away. It was too obvious. Damn! Kid's got a kick to him.
Yeah. Must have broken his hand doing that.
And now he's forced you to make a choice. And how much you want to bet that that pearl's a fake?
Fake, Mom.
Caught ya.
Even a copy of the dress.
Played him like a fucking fiddle.
Okay, now I want to see him versus Rupon the Third in a debrief fight.
I think we've been begging.
Right.
No. I think we've been begging for that forever.
Anybody else find it weirdly, oddly convenient that we follow one detective show with another detective show?
That is
I
a bit
was
of a
already
coincidence.
rewatching before PI.
Yeah.
Not so much as reminding, but it's like, oh yeah, it's like there was another movie with Kid in it, and then I just got mad at the destruction of public property.
And yes, we are keeping the show running because I just checked. There's something after the credits.
Yeah, there's ending
Uh,
post credits.
Yeah, I checked that. I'm like, wait a minute. There's still quite a bit of time left on that timer. Hold that thought.
There's a plot thread they haven't done.
mhm.
I'm always smart enough to check for shit like that because I know I get caught off of that stuff every now and then.
Mhm.
I love that the author is just like owning up to the fact that he like only draws so many faces for male protagonists.
Yeah. All right, now we can stop. So there we have it. Detective Conan versus the Kaito Kid. Uh Definitely still has that old school feel to it, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of nostalgic.
Mhm.
It's like, okay, it's like, look at the like the giant cell phones. It's a flip phone. That's that's upgraded from the manga where I think he was using the earring. He had an ear. They had the earring cell phone. Here he's able to actually have a portable cell phone because it's a few years later.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that reminds me. That reminds me of something. Hey, Shay, which will come first? Detective Conan going back to his old age, or the Straw Hat Pirates finding the One Piece?
At this point, I think my money's on the One Piece. Because
That's-
at least that we know might be coming to an end soon. This doesn't look like it'll ever end until the original author dies, and even then they'll find some way to drag it out for 50 more years.
The show that doesn't end. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend.
Like, yeah, it's like I picked up and I'm like, let's go. Like, when did it's like, it's like wait, what's going on? Or it's like oh god, they just keep adding more and more characters in. It's like whenever they get, it's like, oh, and here's another black organization character. We have to figure out who they are.
It's ridiculous after a while, honestly.
Or uh or the guy who's voiced by Shar Aznavour, voice actor, has another long lost family member show up.
Oh, God.
It's like, how big is this guy's family tree anyway?
Oh, there's a sister, there's the mom who is DA.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you
his
now, or else
brother
we're gonna be
who
here all
played-
night.
I know.
He
He
was joking.
This is getting stupid.
Yeah, I think that's kind of an obvious statement there. Oh boy. Anyway.
Along the family tree? Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, so that is Angie's pick for tonight. If you guys enjoyed that, make sure you guys, there's plenty of episodes of Detective Conan out there. Go ahead and jump in. Pick an arc. Have fun. It legitimately does not matter where you start. You could start at episode 500 and you'd probably still be fine.
Yeah. That's what Wikipedia is for.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But with that...
Or buy it off of Discotech Media's Blu-ray releases of the darn series.
I'm creating a discotheque card for you now.
Hey,
You bring it up enough.
Yeah. I very stupidly didn't get on the last sale because it's like, oh yeah, this is one or two I still need to get.
Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and wrap things up here, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to do it for us here on tonight on the Anime Mavericks. We hope you guys had a fun night tonight. If you enjoyed tonight's show and you haven't done so already, make sure you give us a follow to keep up with our streams and more. And if you can, subscribe to get access to our exclusive Twitch emotes, our VIP Discord channels, and our loyalty badges. Speaking of Discord, if you have not joined the Discord server yet, we always encourage that you do so. We're very active. We always love talking with you guys. And it is the best place to find out what streams are coming down the pipe because I usually am pretty good about keeping up with the stream schedule over there on that channel. As for everything else, all of our commands are located in the About section below. Learn them, use them, love them, and they will love you. And of course, like I said, check out the manga dubs. Check the video upload section. You'll love them. In the meantime, I want to thank you guys for joining us as always here at RVTV. We are your Anime Mavericks, and we will continue to bring you all the anime news, reviews, and interviews that you crave, at least for a little while longer, on the Shades.
I'm Yummy Angie.
and I'm Kirk Crystal.
And we'll see you guys next time. Rock on!
Special thanks to my patrons like Voice and a Frozen Traveler. Subscribe today to make these streams even better.